Right from the inception of his presidency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been dodging vital questions related to peace and progress of Nigeria. And so, where is he going to lead Nigeria? And as a matter of fact, where is he leading Nigeria? Certainly not to peace and progress, let alone peace, plenty, and progress, as it should be. So, what are the 7 vital questions that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been dodging? The 7 vital questions are: 1. What does fuel subsidy mean in a nation, in an oil exporting nation, living on oil wealth? What does fuel subsidy mean in Nigeria, in Nigerian context? And I've also been calling on his apologists, including Professor Charles Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, who has been justifying what he calls the economic reform of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and justifying fuel subsidy removal without explaining what fuel subsidy means in Nigerian context. He is a professor of economics or whatever, and also a former governor of Nigeria's central bank. He should be able to tell us, if he means well, if he's sincere, what fuel subsidy means in Nigerian context. Ditto, the Emir of Kano, Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, who is also a former governor of Nigeria's central bank, also justifying the economic reform, what he calls the economic reform of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and justifying fuel subsidy removal, also without telling Nigerians what fuel subsidy means in Nigerian context. So these persons and other apologists of the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu should fear God and tell Nigerians what fuel subsidy means in a nation living on oil wealth. That's one. 2, where is fuel subsidy going? Not into education, not into electricity, not into better life for Nigerians. Rather, all other subsidies are gone. Yet, paying workers less than living wage and sinking Nigeria in debts, since every project is tied to one loan or another. So, 3, why are workers paid less than living wage despite the huge revenue being generated by the government? Why are workers paid less than living wage? 4, why are some states paying higher minimum wage than the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is paying federal government workers? That's number 4. By the way, Imo State under the governorship of Hope Uzodinma, has started implementation of 104,000 naira minimum wage. That is more. That is what Nigerians would have expected in the first instance in 2024, saying that the minimum that should happen was 100,000 naira. Now, Hope Uzodinma of Imo State has started implementing 104,000 naira minimum wage. Some governors 80 or 85, some 75,000. But the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu retains 70,000 minimum wage for Nigerian workers. Why? 5. What plan has President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to stabilize Nigeria in peace, plenty, and progress? As he has refused to stop the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, herdsmen terrorism, and unbridled corruption, as inherited from his predecessors, Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, who started the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, Goodluck Ebele Asikwe Jonathan, who perpetuated the war in his 4 years of presidency, Muhammadu Buhari, who sustained the war and added herdsmen terrorism in his 8 years of presidency. And to compound corruption, Muhammadu Buhari doubled himself as Nigeria's petroleum minister, accounting for nothing, either as the president or as petroleum minister. 8 years. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has vowed, before getting power and after getting power, even if this year, after the death of Muhammadu Buhari, has vowed to toe the line of Yar'Adua, Jonathan, and Muhammadu Buhari, and so perpetuating the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, herdsmen terrorism, and unbridled corruption, as he also doubled himself as Nigeria's petroleum minister and accounting for nothing, whether as the president or as petroleum minister. And to add his own originality, the non-existent fuel subsidy and all other subsidies are gone, except to be funding pilgrimage bus and subsidizing pilgrimages for privileged Christians and Muslims. So that's number 5. Number 6. What effect is related? Of course, it's related. Number 6 is related. What effective plan has President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for Nigeria's peace, plenty, and progress? What effective plan? Because more than 2 years in power and everything is getting worse, security-wise and economically. Worsening mass abject poverty is fueling mushrooming armed bandits and terrorist organizations. As simple as that. And finally, how will President Bola Ahmed Tinubu engender peace and progress of Nigeria, towing the footprints of Yar'Adua, Jonathan, and Buhari? How? Because that is what he has vowed to do, and that is what is doing. And the question, how will he engender peace, plenty, and progress, towing the lines, the footprints of these his predecessors, as he's doing? It is rightly said that you cannot be doing the same thing and expect a different result. And so everything has just been going down the drain for doing as his predecessors, and that is what he has vowed to do. So what justification has Bola Ahmed Tinubu to be Nigeria's president? And what justification have those drumming support for his re-election? As for the re-election of Muhammadu Buhari, when Nigerians tasted the bitter pill of electing and re-electing Muhammadu Buhari,